in your sense, like you just said you are like stressed out, so you would need to calm down. So you use blue color.
Right.
But if, let's say, if you are very calm and you're kind of, you need energy, you need to move, and you're kind of tired, you need to get out
Energize
of like
yourself.
energy. So you would use red.
Okay, so I think I did a physical yesterday, and she said my BP, the lower systolic or systolic is the lower blood pressure.
Diastolic.
She said diastolic, that's 65. So she said 65 to 70 is perfect. So maybe I was too calm. So maybe it's good I'm wearing red
Right.
today.
Right.
So if I need to energize myself.
If you need to energize.
Okay.
I also had a question over here, For the chakras, depleted chakras, suppose you want to activate. So the other chakras like Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, they're all in front. But suppose I want to energize my Muladhara, that is the base.
No, I think she doesn't talk about chakra specifically. We're talking about the pelvic chakra, the first base, which is represented by the red color.
Right.
So if she was, what Ranjani was asking, how do you activate that?
Activate it.
Through color therapy.
If it is depleted,
Depleted, you need more red.
So needs more, sure.
You
So
need
we
more.
would need more red. So we,
Right.
So the
If
way
you're too active, then you go the opposite.
So
you
the
go
way
the
I
complementary,
see it-
which is
okay. So
blue.
that's a good
Thank
point
you.
that you brought. You're talking about you need more red. So what you're saying is we in yoga, we talk about activating the chakras from the inside. You're talking about the color therapy on the outside, because that actually is, I did have another question which is very close to what she was asking. When you talk about the healing methods, you did explain it briefly, but when Ranjani asked, the Muladhara chakra, which is the base chakra, if you want to activate that, you're feeling your batteries are totally run down. Other than wearing red clothing, is there another way?
Yes, I use 3 methods. One would be the one that I already mentioned. It's a Babtrom. It's a medical device.
Okay.
It has 7 different filters, 7 different colors, and it just matches the chakras depending on what I'm working on. I also use crystals and essential oils. And everything is based on colors, because everything in nature has colors. So.
Did you bring your crystals and the oils here? I don't see
no,
it.
I didn't bring it, but everybody knows how crystals and oils look like.
No, are you kidding? I have no idea. I don't know. How does it work? How do the crystals work?
Just the same way I would use my medical device. The only thing is I would, for your base chakra, for red, if you need more of red, so ruby is like red color. So I would just pick up the crystal from that color range. So it would be red. So ruby, like few rubies, I would just leave for like 20 or 30 minutes just on your body to energize. And
go get yourself some rubies now, Ranjani.
Yes, I need to earn more for that. To get that is pure rubies, the genuine.
That's interesting.
right.
What size and carats is it? Is it?
I don't think it's that much necessary. Bigger is better, but if you're very, very tiny, it's just that because they accumulate the energy. They just take negative energy out of us. So I mean, bigger would do better work because there is more space, And then don't forget to cleanse, because cleansing is very important.
What is cleansing?
Cleansing you have to put into the cold water with the salt. And just leave for a day, just to.
What happens? Why the salt?
Salt, it's like a magic. It's been always magic. It's just for cleansing,
just to clean the precious stone.
Right.
So green for emeralds, sapphires for emeralds for green, sapphire for blue, rubies for red. Okay, and what else are we looking at? Violet,
I have
amethyst.
an answer for the salt. Salt always disintegrates the energy. That is why we put saline water gargling. When you remove the negative thing, the object which has helped you to remove, that energy has to be disintegrated. If you just throw that water
So she's talking
ahead,
about getting energy from the stones.
so you're disintegrating whatever the negative thing it got.
The
and it gets
negative
cleansed.
quality of the stones.
That's how it gets cleansed.
You have the number for viewers out there who are watching. You have a number on your screen, 212-757-1393. Feel free to call us with your questions. We are here for another 20 minutes, I think. We might do a little bit of stretching. I just have one quick question about your book. I hear it's, you know what? Why not ask you right now? I hear it's an Amazon bestseller.
Right, it was last summer. Right now it's not, but it was for a couple months last
For a couple of months.
summer.
So how many copies did you sell?
That's a secret.
That's okay. No, we don't want your financial details. Right, but to become a bestseller, you must have. It must have been very. It must have really been out there because
it's not New York Times. I mean, I wish, but Amazon it doesn't take that many copies for Amazon, right?
But that isn't it. Very. It's a. Would you like to hold it up to a camera to Beverly one more time? Paranormal Pooch. First of all, I love the name. Right. And it's a beautiful cover. I don't know who designed it. Whoever did it did a great job. And they've done an amazingly interesting cover, Paranormal Pooch. For those of you who want to reach out to Olga, her credits will come up one more time. I think it probably already has. Go to her website, royaldogsgallery.com. That's gallery with 2 L's. For those of you not sure of your spelling, 2 L's. Lana, did you have any question before we stretch for Olga?
I don't think so. I think you two ladies.
We covered everything.
I've got one more question.
Sure.
His time is there.
We will be doing a little bit of stretching, but go ahead.
Colors, I understand they emit the energy, and they do absorb the negative energy. But do they do all colors do like, because we are using synthetic thing, when I'm wearing it's a fabric, and I'm using a ruby solid, I understand about the crystal's quality. What about the synthetic colors? How do they emit?
Are you talking about the synthetic material?
Materials, and then we use, I was told, hold a bottle with blue color or paint it blue and then fill up with water and then keep it in the sun rays, the blue color emission will take place. So I want to know how from the paint it will.
Right. It has to be natural. You know, it's not good if it's aesthetic, like synthetic is just not good.
Yes.
So for the filters that you just mentioned, it has to be like silk or some kind of natural material in order for sun to work and go through the filter and energize the water.
I'm very happy to know that.
Right. Let's do a little bit of stretching. We just have about 8 minutes left, and our viewers watch our show mostly for the stretching, so let's not disappoint them. Because of our time limitation, we will probably do the sun salutation possibly about 2 or 3 times. See, you're feeling it too. You want the blood to circulate. We've sat too long. So let's all get together, heels together. If you're using a mat at home, come to the front third of your mat. Heels together, toes slightly apart, palms in front of your chest. Push your palms in so you feel a nice massage for your wrists right there. Bring your elbows up. That helps you stay in the moment. Close your eyes for just a moment. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Raise your arms up. Exhale, fold from the hip. Place your palms 6 to 8 inches in front of your feet. Take the left leg back and feel free. Bend your knees if you need to, and then take the right leg back. Exhale, press your heels down. Dip your head between your biceps and hold. Now remember, there are many variations of the sun salutation, so if you've been practicing a different way, that's perfectly all right. You just want to make sure you get your full routine in. Inhale, bring the right foot between the hands. Place your left knee on the floor, uncurl your toes in the left foot, and place both palms on the right knee. Exhale and dip. Lana, take your time. For those of you who are watching, you might notice, let's first dip. You might notice Lana has got her socks on, so does Olga. If you want to keep your socks on, make sure you have the kind that have rubber dots under the socks. You want traction on the mat. You want to be safe. It's all about safety. It's not about posturing. It's about safety and about breath. Keep exhaling and dip. Well done, Lana. Good. Now, right knee is up. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, dip your left elbow over your right knee. Place your right palm on top of the left. Turn to look up at the raised elbow and hold. You should feel a nice compression of your obliques on the right side and a beautiful stretch of your obliques and your abductor muscles, the outside of your upper left thigh. The whole left side gets a stretch. Inhale, let's come out of that, and let's switch legs. Place both palms beside the right foot. Take the right foot back. Bring the left foot forward. In the interest of time, we are combining both sides. Typically, when you practice at home, you'd complete one side, then do the other side. Left knee is up. Place both palms on the left knee. Exhale and dip. you'd feel a wonderful stretch of your quad muscles in the front of your upper right thigh. Now, left knee is up. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, dip your right elbow over the left knee. Place your left palm on top of the right and turn to look up at the raised elbow and hold. When we say hold, remember it's always hold your posture, not your breath. And you want to make sure the tops of your right foot are flat, because when your toes are curled in, there's a lot of pressure on your knees. But if you're able to hold your posture with your toes curled in, that's great. But if you feel there's too much pressure, feel free to uncurl your toes. Inhale, let's come out of that. Place both hands beside the left foot. Curl your toes in the right. Raise your right knee. Take the left to meet the right in plank position. So in plank position, you want to be sure your buttocks do not dip too deep and they don't go too high up. So you want to stay as firm as you can, and in order to do that, you want to tighten your lower abdominal muscles. Tighten your buttock muscles. So basically tighten your equator. Very gently, knees, chest and chin to the mat. Exhale and dip. Inhale, glide out into cobra. Keep the tops of your feet flat on the ground. Press with your palms, press with the tops of your feet. Inhale and let's come up. So you want to keep your buttock muscles nice and tight to protect your back. Curl your toes in, forehead to the ground. Inhale, lift your buttocks all the way up. Exhale, press your heels down. Inhale, bring the left foot and then the right between the palms. Both palms together. Inhale, come up with a straight back. Exhale and release. Well done, Lana. Those of you who've done, even if you've done one sun salutation, we're going to sit down. We have about 3 or 4 minutes, so we're going to complete the interview today. But stay with us. Today is a live episode. If you have any other questions for Olga or for Ranjani, but today I think it's Olga's day, so you want to stay with the theme of color therapy. You may not get her back again. Ranjani has promised to come with us. She's going to come as our special guest in a few episodes from now, so stay with us. Olga, we may have a couple more questions. If you want to call in, it's 212-757-1393. Just remember, sun salutation is not just about doing 7 or 8 postures and then repeating the first 4. It's a full workout. I did my physical check yesterday. I went to my doctor, to my family practitioner to do my annual check, and I'm thinking to myself, I do my sun salutation every day. So just think of it as your daily physical. Lana, you sure you don't have any questions? Your chakra is already moving? Okay. Well done. You're actually keeping up. You're doing really well, Lana. I'm really amazed. I'm in awe of you.
I'm trying a little harder every day.
You are. And that's what it's all about. It's all about attitude. You are trying, and that's important. You recognize, you know where you are strong. You're working on the points where you need to work on. Go ahead. You have any questions? We have a couple of minutes left.
Olga, I have a question. A person having some sort of thyroid problem, like TSH level is high.
What is
TSH?
TSH?
That is the thyroid stimulating hormone.
Right, so it's a unit.
Yeah,
of
it's a
thyroid
unit,
hormone.
and there are some measurements are there. It should be right one. The normal one is 4.5. Suppose we have 12.5, 13.5 like that. Some sort of hair falling, all those things starts. Do you have a specific therapy in color?
Okay, just tell me the person who has that problems, how he behaves. Like what is, just give more description of the problem.
Okay, the person who is having that problem doesn't get agitated, it's not fatigue, working throughout the day, looking the same, no change in moods. Still, the reading comes as 12.5. It's me, so so I know.
She looks quite calm, right? She looks calm. So you have a direct consultation right here.
What would you?
How about we
You can
have
send her the invoice later, right?
Right. I have my device with me. We can stay and work a little bit after this show, and I'll have like personal session with you.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's very great.
Well, in which case, since you're going to have a session later, since we have a couple of minutes, I may have one more question for you. Is that okay? And if we don't finish today, please do address it, help us, send us an email. Those of you who want to stay in touch with Olga, don't expect everybody to get a free session with Olga. You want sessions with her? I think you may have to pay, but at MNN we're not allowed to talk about money. Olga, I looked at your website. You talked about something called a rainbow shower. What is that?
Rainbow shower is something that I may use actually after the show with you.
Okay.
It's my special medical device that I use, Bioptron, and it has 7 filters, and we have 7 chakras or energy centers. So what I do, I would just balance all the chakras with my device. I would just go 2 minutes. What it does, it just emits the color. So it would just go and emits all the color. It just puts you in a balance. Just imagine you're a guitar or you're a violin, and you need to be retuned. But from time to time, like wires need to be a little bit adjusted so that you get like a crystal clear sound. So the same thing with our body. It needs to be, the energy needs to be put in balance so that we are in harmony with ourselves.
It's starting to fall in place because that's exactly what I need every now and then, need a bit of retuning. So what you do is we just come to you as a professional, as a color therapist, we come to you and you use your equipment to balance our chakras, to retune, rewiring us. Wow. Stay in touch. You're going to want to use Olga's services. So is there an email? I didn't put your email up because I didn't want people to send you.
My website, I guess it's
your
it's
website's good, royaldogsgallery.com. Okay. So, Josiane, we're good. Can I close? All right. I'm just going to pretend we're still on air. I'd like to thank our crew on behalf of Lana, Parr, Ranjani, Chari, and our special guest, Olga, Horvat. This is Banu Suresh signing off. You are watching Yogaxpress. Thanks to Jabari Osaze, Atik Mirza, Beverly Fields, and our regular director, Josiane Hurd. Thank you so much for hanging in there, putting up with us. Malik Parker, thanks for the studio setup. Are we good to move? Can we move from here? Okay.
Yeah, cut, but wait.
Oh, okay. All right.
We had tons of issues. Because those speakers weren't working and we knew we had a live show with callers and music, we spent so much time on it. I should have just said, you know what? Forget it. And I did not.
Forget what?
The other speaker wasn't working.
But we heard one of the callers.
You did.
Yeah.
But we had to go in between the speakers and that became
But is the show on? Did it air?
It did air.
Well, that's okay.
But
that's
here's
fine.
the issue. You didn't take we didn't get your first 5 or 10 minutes taped.
But did the caller come in? Because the caller called immediately, and I know it was Danny Darrow.
Right, but it wasn't taped.
It's not on the tape. It went live, but it's not on the tape.
Right.
That's all right.
You want to do it over?
Oh, the episode itself? We'll
Not
still
the whole
have
episode, the beginning.
Oh,
so
the
you can
beginning?
edit it if you want to.
Oh, no.
No?
I don't know how to edit. Don't worry about it. It's aired,
Yeah,
right?
It aired.
That's
It
fine.
aired.
Mistakes and all. That's what the show is about.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
But you know
So-
what? Don't worry about the live thing. I mean, ideally, yeah, I'd like to tape. But I'm just curious. What happened? Why didn't it tape?
We didn't press it. I didn't press it.
Oh,
Because
the
we were
switch.
trying to get Malik to fix something,
Right,
and
right,
it
right.
never got fixed.
That's all right. Life happens. Not a
So
problem.
it never got fixed.
Hey, the viewers don't know that, so don't worry.
No, they don't. They have no idea. But
No
you don't
problem.
have it though. You don't have it.
I don't have only the first 5 minutes.
Right.
No problem. Don't worry about it.
Are you doing another episode?
Yeah, we are with
You're
Olga.
trying to do 3, or you want to do?
No. We're doing 4, my friend.
We can do 4.
Yeah, we're doing 1 more with her, and then we're doing 2 with her. So what we'll do is we'll do the other one in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then take a 10-minute break.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay.
Wonderful. And you
So
have
about
your other
2:30.
person just
2:30 we'll take a 10-minute break.
to go.
All right. So we have a pee break if anyone wants to go to the
Like
bathroom.
5 minutes?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. Let me ask you about the question, because you
Sure.
asked me a question that you were actually thinking for the second one.
That's all right because we had to fill in time.
Right,
They
but I'm
couldn't get the
thinking I
phones.
may bring something
Bring it
from
in.
it.
I'll
So
repeat the
just tell me
question. Don't
which
worry
one.
about it. Yeah, I'll repeat it. I was going to ask you rainbow shower, solarized water, and paranormal, because I already touched on paranormal
Right.
approach. I
So
thought
what you're gonna ask me now?
I'm going to ask you. No, that's okay. We may
Solarized
repeat.
water
We have
again.
new viewers every day, so don't even worry. And I might even continue and say you were starting to explain rainbow shower in the live episode, and see what's happening is today is live. It's already aired. but this next one will air 3 weeks from now. So what I'm going to say is thank you for coming back. 3 weeks ago, we talked about rainbow shower. So when I say 3 weeks ago, don't look shocked because that's supposed to be 3 weeks ago. So we talked about rainbow shower. Can you refresh our memory? Because I think that's a beautiful explanation you gave because honestly, it took almost the whole episode for us to get the hang of what you were trying to explain. And the reason for that was not just